Hi, and welcome to Let's Talk eBay. My name is Rich Pasini. Today is March 5th, 2021. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It's greatly appreciated. Hope you like the content. You can come back for more. Today, I want to go over some stuff that I'm going to be putting up eBay. Only 5 items I picked up yesterday at the local thrift store. And they're electronics, of course. And I just want to go over a little, talk about how I clean them up and just show you what's going to be up there. Kind of like a preview of coming attraction, what's going to be listed on eBay. I also before you, if you do decide to cut off of this video before then, before this part ends, I just want to share 2 links with you about the spring seller update. You know, when I go to my YouTube homepage, I see all these different people putting stuff on there about the spring seller updates, and like, you know, they got the thumbnails. eBay fees are going up, you know, and some people saying they're lowering the fees. I'm going to share 2 links with you. Okay, they're from eBay. Okay, I'm gonna drop them in the comment below. Rather than going crazy and hearing all these different stories, go directly, as I said many times over, when you want information, go directly to the source, okay? I get my information right from eBay, okay? Don't let all this other stuff there confuse you and stuff like that. Read up on it. I'm not saying what the other information out there is misinformation or bad information, but me, when it comes to things like that there, I like to go directly to the source, okay? So after I do this little video here and show you the stuff I have, then I'm gonna you know, bump out of here, close the video out. But be sure, if you get a chance, to please go to those 2 links. They're from eBay's website, okay? It's all about this 2021 seller update, okay? And you could read it for yourself, all right? Please do me that favor, because I think everybody's getting panicky about what's going on with eBay and stuff like that. So please, just do me that favor for yourself, and not only for me, but for yourself, okay? Well, you can't see back there. I got my camera up there. I got my, you know, it is. It's kind of like contrasted out the brightness. I do that controlling. I control the contrast from my software I use for my HP webcam, and I can lower the contrast to make it higher. But if I lower it, you'll be able to see the backboard over there. It's a white backboard. My camera's already set up to take these pictures for these items I'm going to be putting up. So it's like, you know, either one or the other. If I do it that way, then it's too dark and you can see it back there. If I do it too bright, then you can't see. You know, I think you get the gist of it. Anyway, I'm going to go over some of the things. I'm going to just go over a little cleaning tip too. When it comes to things of this nature, like, all right, I got this here. This is what's going to be going up. This here, along with this here. It's a Logitech keyboard. This is the model number. Well, it says MK300, but over here on the back of it, it's kind of weird because it's got a model over here. Model name. Oh, maybe it's the model name. It's the Y-R002. But this one here, I guess when I list it, I'm going to list it as the MK300. Okay, and I picked this up yesterday with the you get the mouse with, you get this the receiver with it. Let me just tell you one little thing, folks, because I've done demo videos a long time like this, a while back on my other videos when I first started with this here, and I think when people buy these things here, I don't know if they're in the assumption that it's going to work without this. This is the most important thing. This is the receiver. It's a USB connector here. Without this receiver, you got to hit the connect button too to make sure they both sync up. Okay. Without this, these 2 items are not going to work. Okay. This keyboard and mouse is not going to work without this. You need this. This is the receiver. Anytime you go to a thrift store, this was all packaged together. But anytime you, whoops, no, it's okay. I'm on a carpet anyway. Yeah, when I got this all together with the mouse, so these were all combined together. If you're gonna get these here, make sure, unless you have one of these laying around, the receiver, make sure you got the receiver with this thing right here, because without this, these are not going to work. Okay, all right. So just keep that in mind. The other thing too is when I buy these things, I don't know if you ever noticed it, but these things, I've had keyboards in the past where they were nasty. I mean nasty. I don't know if people ate over them, you know, at their desk. Maybe they had them at work. Maybe they came from a workstation. I don't know. These things, the keyboards I got, some of them were nasty. And I got this thing here. It's an Arrow Pro, and it's a multi-purpose air duster. I bought this here because, you know why? When you buy the aerosol cans, some of them are pricey. If you ever price them, they're very pricey. This cost me $50 for this thing here. They call it the X Power, but anyway, it's the air. Well, here's the box right here. It cost me $50. Okay, you can see the price right here. Yeah, right there. See it? This thing here is worth every dollar. Seriously, I bought this. It's a one-time investment. I was going through air dusters like crazy. I would buy the kit sometimes, you know, like the 3-pack, whatever, $10. Some of them even higher than that if you get the kit. Depends how many you get in a kit. Like, not a kit, I say combined. And I was going through that stuff like crazy. So when you do the math and you figure, you say, well, I'm buying another one there. It pays to get this. It's a one-time thing. It's got 2 speeds here, 2 settings. That's low, right? And it said, and this is high. My thing is, if you're a person that's going to sell electronic devices, no matter what it be, keyboard, whatever, if you're into computers, I bought another reason why I bought this, folks, is because every so often, every couple of months, I like to take my computer down. When I take it offline, I will take the back of it off and I will clean inside the chassis, the fan, the CPU fan, and stuff like that. You'd be surprised the dust that a computer sucks up, okay? They had a video really quick. I was watching a video about dirty computers. And this person had a computer, and it had dust. You know what? And the funny thing is, this guy was selling it. Well, no, it wasn't a video. I'm sorry. It was on eBay a while back. This thing was filthy. I didn't know what people would even bother putting something like that on eBay. I wouldn't even consider it. But I guess the guy probably said, I'm not going to get no time to clean it up and stuff like that. I'm just going to put it up on eBay. Heck with it. You know, people buy it, they buy it. That thing was filthy. It had dust bunnies in there. I mean, it was dirty, filthy. And my computer, I have an HP. I have all HP peripherals. I will never, ever let my computer get like that. First off, it's bad for the CPU because if you get clogged on there, the fan it's not doing its job. It's not cooling off the CPU. It'll overheat, and sometimes it can cause problems like that too. And then the CPU fan, there's 2 fans. Where you got the CPU fan that cools off the CPU, and then you got the one that blows the air in, out. I think it is exhaust, whatever. Some computers have 2 fans, dual fans in there, plus the CPU fan. And I take mine out. It's 2 bolts, whatever. No, actually, it's 1 bolt. You just screw off the one there, and you got access to the chassis. And I go in and I blow the dust out. I take it outside and do it, and I blow all the dust out in there. And I do it every so often. Okay, it keeps the computer running smooth, quiet, and everything, and it prolongs the life of the CPU fan. But anyway, this is good for things like this. When I get things like this nature here, I take this here and I will, blow it out. This wasn't that bad. It had a little dust in it, but wasn't bad, okay? But I highly recommend you invest in these things here. I got this at Micro Center, and I'm not getting anything for it. The company did not call me up and say do a promo for them. This is people who follow my YouTube channel know I give free advice, okay? I don't. If I was getting something, I tell you, yeah, if you buy this X Pro, I'm gonna get a little kickback. I'm not. I'm just an average guy that went to the store and I picked this thing up. Before I bought it, I was watching YouTube. Some people had it and stuff like that. One guy was saying it's really powerful. It comes with different attachments too. They give you a little bag here, just to share with you guys. They give you this little bag, which I don't really use. Nice little bag comes with it. You put everything in there. And then they give you all these attachments in here. I still kept the box, if I can get the box open here. Come on, every time I want to do a video, you got to give me a problem here. They give you all these different attachments here. I like this one here. This one I use on occasion, pretty much a lot. I don't disconnect them. I think they want it like that. But you get these other attachments like this here. If it's getting and when you put this on, it really gives a nice stream of air. It makes like a jet. I don't know. All I know, it comes out really good. These other ones here are for different attachments. Like for example, this one here. If you pop this one on here, it's a bigger one here. Well, you wouldn't do anything with that. And then you get this one here. Look at this attachment here. If I get it out. That's the problem when I do it like that. You always keeping stuff in there. You get this here. You get the brush with it. Okay, and that would go on. You wouldn't put this on here. This attachment here, believe it or not, just to show you really quick. I know I'm curtailing to different things here. This one here, this particular attachment here would go with this here. You would do is you pop this on here like that, and then I think this would go in here. I think that's the way it works, like that. And then if you're doing stuff like areas you can't get at, it's got a little brush on it there, and you would just turn it on and blow out the dust like that there. Then you got a bigger one here. And like I said, this one here, I think this would go onto this, I think. Let me see something here really quick. I don't think it does. Let me see. I guess it does like that. Yeah, you would go like that with it. And if you got like your keyboard and stuff like that, well, you could do it on a keyboard too. But, if the computer chassis, whatever, you got to clean it. It's got these attachments. So I really do like this thing. It was worth the money. Now with that aside, let's get all this out of here really quick. Put this on the side. Yeah, if you get a chance, you might want to invest in something like that. The other thing too is when I clean these things, I always keep a brush like this with me, okay? The simple reason is I always want to get in between. I also keep a toothbrush. Toothbrush is for finding things like this here in case you can't get in these little crevices. If you guys buy from me, if you ever buy keyboards, like you might, after you see this, you might be interested in buying, you'll know I pretty much try to keep everything as clean as possible. This one here has been really dusted out good. It didn't have a lot of dust, but, you know, I went over it a couple times. It had very fine dust in there, nothing crazy. But you'll notice I got the toothbrush here, and I go. What I do is I go all around the corners. If you'll know if you buy this from me or any of these type of electronics, I try to keep it as clean as possible before I put it up to eBay and send it out. I also like to give it the once over, because sometimes when I pick these things up, it was in the evening, late in the evening, and you know, even though I gave it a cleaning yesterday with it disinfected, everything I sell, of course, is disinfected, of course, just so you know. It's a mild cleanser, so it's not going to damage anything. I will always, like I said, you know, make sure everything's well checked out before I put it up. And sometimes what I don't see with the naked eye, I can see it with the camera. And that has happened to me a couple of times. I wear glasses for reading, by the way, folks, as you know. Well, if you don't know, now you do. And sometimes I don't see everything. You know, it's like I do it at nighttime. Sometimes it's night. I'm using like a regular house lamp. And sometimes you don't see everything like it is bright. Today's bright and morning right now. It's what, 9 a.m. over here. I'm on the east coast of New York. And sometimes you get to see things better in the daylight when it's bright, you know. So, yeah, as far as I know, here it seems pretty good right now. I don't see anything really bad, but if I do, I will note it. I did notice this last night. I didn't. Like I said, again, because the lighting over here, it's got like a little nick. I don't know if you can see that, like a little scuff mark right here. But everything, rest assured, folks, everything I do is always noted in description. That's why I can't express it enough to sell to people who sell on eBay. If you think I sell on eBay, you know, me, when I sell stuff, before I sell it, I do my descriptions. I like to keep the item in front of me, okay? Because if I'm doing a video about it, which I'm not doing a demo video in this here, but because it's got to be tested, but I will make sure that the item, you know, is cleaned up and stuff like that, and there's no flaws on it. If there's something that I did miss on it, like this here, I thought everything was good over here. There's like a little marking here. I will note that in the description, okay? And that's how I do it. The same thing with the mouse and everything. This all has to be tested. The stuff you see here is going to be tested, and I can guarantee it. A lot of the things I'm showing you are going to work. Okay. But another thing is too, with this here, it's always good to get in between the keys. Toothbrush only goes so far. You could do it with that. I use the toothbrush, like I said again, just to get into the crevices and cracks. Okay, I like to make sure everything's clean. The other thing is, if you have, like, let's say with the cleanser, let's say you might see later on, you might see like, there's like a little residue from the cleanser. You take a damp rag with the thing like this. It's just a clean rag with the brush, and what you would do is basically go through it like this. Hold the thing here so it doesn't fly off, and just go like this really quick with it, and you go this way with it because you want to get into the keys, right, like that. And you'd be surprised how nice it looks after it, because you get like define, because like when I do it with the cleanser, I do the same thing basically. And sometimes, again, what you don't see at nighttime or a low lit area, you'll notice it during the day. And I did notice that some of the stuff here looks like there is some cleanser residue, not dirt residue, cleanser residue. You know, so you just take a damp rag, put it on the thing here, and you just go over it really quick like that there. Okay, the whole idea is to make this thing look really nice and appealing and attracting to the buyer. And you know, like I said, I always try to shoot for things that aren't bad. If I was in a thrift store and I looked at this thing, and even if it had all the attachments to it and the keyboard had a crack on it, scratch on it, I'm not buying it. Although I got to say one thing. I know it sounds like I'm contradicting myself. These things could be worth a little money too. What the whole thing is, you know, in other words, what you don't buy with this here, if you did buy it, there are ways you can still make money with this here. For example, some people will buy keys. You could always say the keyboard's cracked, but if you need keys to replacement on a keyboard, they would probably buy it just for the keys. Sometimes they would just buy this. If I wanted to, I could sell just this and this. If this is bad, I could sell the Microsoft mouse, the Logitech mouse, with the receiver. So there's always ways to still make money with this here. All right, let's put this to the side. So we got this here going on. The other thing I got here is, again, and these things, like I said, that's why this thing came in handy, because any dust in there, you know, that's just the way I am. I like to make sure everything's nice and clean. This here, I got the Sony. This is a Sony digital clock radio. And just in case you guys are wondering what it is, it's the model ICF C218. I sold quite a bit of these here, okay? This one's pretty clean. The only thing I did notice on it, though, was a dirt mark over here. It's like a little nick in there. You can't see that probably on the camera here, on the webcam, but there's like a little nick right over here. It will be noted in there. I will put it on the right side, you know, a little nick in there. I want to be upfront and honest with people. I want people, when they buy from me, to say this guy is, you know, his descriptions are, you know, spot on. He tells it like it is, okay? The cords, that's the other thing too, on all the things I buy, the peripherals, everything, like these here. These things are unwound. and I clean them up with the same thing with a cleanser. You'd be surprised if you ever get a chance, if you ever buy something from a thrift store, take a mild cleanser, unravel it, and clean it, and you see, you know what happens? It looks like it's like grime on it, like dirt. Don't ask me why, but I use a clean rag, and when I do that there, and it's like, oh, look, it turned black, whatever. I don't know why, but for some reason, the cords always get dirty. But this wasn't too bad. This was pretty clean, but I do that regardless, okay? First off, I do it, especially now with what's going on with this COVID thing here. Everything I said I sell is this. It's always been disinfected and clean. But you know, I figured things are handled and stuff like that. You know, people, and I know these were in the store being tested because I've done it myself. So people handle these things, and you know, they're testing it out and stuff like that. So a lot of hands touched it besides mine. So, but that's why I like to, again, I use disinfectant and I clean everything. And you know, like I said, with the duster, any dust in here, I blew it in and out, whatever. And this one here is going to be going up. I got to take pictures. It's a nice little unit. Also, I printed out with this here. I do this. I've been telling people I'm going to be doing this going forward. I will print out. This was a 2-page. I could have done it on 1 page. I should have done it like that. Save paper, you know. But anyway, I always include with them there is the how to set the clock. So they're going to get this with this here. Okay. It takes a little time, and I highly recommend people do it if you're going to sell electronics. Whether you think people will figure it out on their own. It helps, believe me, it helps. I know firsthand because I had an experience with one of these. Person bought one. They said they didn't know how to set the time on it. The guy thought the timer was bad on it, or whatever, or it didn't work, or whatever. He sent it back to me. I refunded him. I said, okay, I think I know what it is. The guy didn't, because one of these was sent out, I don't think, with the instructions. He claimed he went on the website. He tried to figure out how to work it and stuff like that because it's useless. He goes, I'm not mad. He goes, but I feel that, I want to return it and I get a full refund. You get a full refund anyway, offer 30-day money back guarantees. So he sent it back to me, tested it out. This time I did include one of those with it. And ever since that time there, I've been doing it right along, if I can. Now, there's one right over here, another Sony, because I like to deal with the Sony products. That's my thing, the Sonys. There's one I'm having a little problem with trying to get the manual for it, or the user guide. Now, I went on Sony's site there, and they said they want you to purchase it. I can't purchase it because then, it'll cut my profits out. I don't think a buyer's going to. I mean, even I explained to the buyer, well, I bought this here from Sony. It cost me $5. I like to add $5 to it, I want to give it to them for free. It's for not the unit for free, but I want to give the user guide for free. I don't mind printing it out and stuff like that. But, so he sent it back. Sent it out. I got it back that day, tested it out that same day, and then sent it out. And by the end of the day, it ended up selling. So I got it back that morning. It ended up selling by the end of the day, okay? I revised the listing. I put this way. When I revised the listing, I put the instructions there. I'm not saying that helped, but you never know. Some people, they want things like this one. How do you set the time? I had people say that there, believe it or not. How do you set the time on the thing here, So I said, going forward, I'm going to be doing it that way. Okay, let's put this over here. I got another one. This is the other Sony that's nice, pretty clean too. All dusted out nice. This is a nice one too I picked up here. The Sony Dream Machine, like this here. Okay. And this here, I just want to share one thing. When people see this here, they think there's always the cover's missing. Nobody ever said it, but you see over here, folks, this is where you pop a 9-volt battery in here, and you lift this up, and that's all it does. It holds it in. There is no cover here. There's no little notches there to slip in the thing and snap it in. This is how Sony made it. Okay, you get the 9-volt battery, and when you pop it in here, you move this little lever up here, and it locks it in. That's it. Okay, so if anybody buys this, they look and say, geez, the cover's, there's no cover there. There's no cover. This is why they put this little latch. You see this latch right here? That's why they did that there. That's what people don't know. I'm not trying to be cute or funny here, look at my webcam is really going crazy here. Okay, that's because I got the contrast up high. Now you can probably see a little back there. Like I said, it's like that's going to like 9:30. It's 9:30 a.m. over here. So now the sun is going to move in a different position. So, but anyway, I got my camera set up back there with the trifold board there. It's white, whatever, to take pictures. You can't see because I raised the contrast on this. Yeah. So this one here, in case anyone's wondering, this will be on up. It's got to be tested, of course. This is the model ICF C4W. This is the one that I'm having a little problem getting the instructions with it. So I got to still figure out how to do this. I'm going to still take pictures. With something like this, I could still take pictures, and then later on, because I scan those in, so when I scan them in, I could set it later on, just add the photo to it. So it's not like, oh, geez, if I can't get it, I'm not going to take a picture. No, I'm still going to take pictures with this here. And I'm still going to, like I said, I'm still going to be doing what I have to do as far as, like, you know, if I can't get the manual, I'll explain in the description. If you want the manual, it's going to cost money. But I'm going to try my best to get the instructions for this on how to set it. It's really a nice one, though. It really is a nice, you know, digital clock here. You can see that my webcam is going crazy. White balance is really going wacky with this. But it's a nice, clean one, too. All right, so let's put this over here. The other things I got, just 2 more things. That's it. This one here is a Microsoft mouse. Okay, now here's the problem with this here. Don't ask me how this happened. I don't know if it's from being used or maybe the person had the hands in here. You see over here, it's got a fade mark over here. And this, again, will be in the description. It's got a fade mark here. I don't want to get too close because it'll bleach it out. You know, like it'll get too white. You got one up here. You probably can't see it. You got one here. You could see this one, definitely. I know if I could see, you could see it. And you got some over here. Now, I don't know if this was somebody trying to clean it with something. I know I didn't do it, but it looks like it's not like an abrasion. It's kind of weird. I tried cleaning it twice with a mild cleanser on here, but it looks like it's got faded. Now, I don't know if the sun did it or from somebody's hands constantly being on it. You know, I don't know. It could be. That could be. Maybe the person was really using this thing 24/7. This is going to be tested, of course, and it comes with the, again, receiver. Okay. Now, here's the thing. When I bought this set together, it came, this is how it came. Now, if you've seen a wire, they had a nice ergonomic keyboard in there that would match up with this here. The only thing is, with that keyboard, where the battery compartment goes, it was missing the case, the clamp, you know, the thing there, the cover. And I was not about to buy it, and I'm not going to tell people, well, you could always put mask, you know, you could always put, what do you call it, that tape there on there, duct tape. You know, you could always put a piece of black duct. I don't do things like that. When I say it was a good keyboard, it's a nice keyboard too, very clean and stuff, but it missed that little piece, and that's what threw it off. Or else I could have bought that and added that to this here. With this here, this is the receiver, all right? With the receiver, you can do the other, you could add the other peripheral to it. So I could add the mouse and I could add the keyboard as long as you have this. And as you can see here, this one here, this connect that you see here, well, this one's for keyboards. Now, if you're wondering how you could tell, I don't know if you can see it in here. There's a little thing here, a little picture, well, not a picture, a little indentation, and you can see it's got the keyboard on here. This one is a PS2 connector. Okay, this is what would go on there. Now, this would connect, I guess, to the keyboard, right? This would connect to the keyboard. I think it would. Yeah, right. That's right. I'm trying to think of something. And this is the USB connector. But anyway, not too many people use the PS2 anyway. This is what you want. Whenever you're buying peripherals, you always want to look for USB. This here would plug into the computer. And then once you get that there, there's the button here you hit. You would hit that. And you would hit the little connect button right over here. Let me show you. You hit the little connect button right here. You would pop that in there. I have to use like a little pen or something or whatever. And you would hit that there, and then it syncs it up, and then this will work with this. This has got to be tested as well. And the last one I got, this one here is a nice Logitech mouse. The only thing I got to say with this one here is kind of, the mouse is in really nice condition. This is nice. I got the same one, only in black. This came, I got this here. I'll show you something really quick. I got this mouse with this keyboard. Right. Well, no. Here's a story. I bought this separate. This was, I think, $10 it cost me. I had to buy it. What happened was I was using another keyboard. I was using another Logitech, but it was wired. And as I tell people again, well, I'll use this as an example. What happened when I originally bought it, I just had this with it. This is the receiver. This is how I got it together, right? And I said, boy, it'd really be nice to have the keyboard that goes with it. So one day I went to the thrift store. Remember, I bought this and this. Okay. This I'm just using as an example, but you need that receiver. And then I came across this when I seen this keyboard. This is really a nice one. And I said, I'm getting this keyboard. I think it was with the relatives. I'm definitely getting this keyboard. Because why? I go, because I bought the mouse that goes with it. I like to have the whole kit. This, I think the mouse and the receiver cost me, I think, $7 or something ridiculous like that. It was something really crazy. And this has I always make sure these things work on it. I seen another one like this at the thrift store. I was going to buy it, but I didn't have the receiver for it. So I said, what am I going to do? Buy it and sell it, suppose? You know, if you don't have the receiver, it's useless, you know. But anyway, with this one here, like I said, this is mine, and this is like a gray one here. It's got a nice color to it too. That means the keyboard must be like that as well. That'd be nice, right? Anyway, it's a nice color. I like this here, but the black one's nice too. So it came with this stuff. Here's the receiver. Well, this is kind of odd the way they have this set up here, right? You get this with it, and they put this. This is the main part, and you get this thing here, right? It's a PS2 connector, I think, and it converts it into a USB, right? Now, here's the thing. This thing here, I don't know what happened. It's going to definitely be listed there. It looks like it's got puncture marks in there. It's got like little puncture marks. You can't see. It's got like, oh, it looks like it was crushed over here. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if somebody was having a fit with it or trying to go like that with it. But believe it or not, this particular one, I had it tested out. It comes with this here. And what happens is this USB connector connects to this like this. Right? I never seen one like this here. And then you would plug this into your USB port on your computer. Right? And this was tested out. This works, believe it or not. Even though this thing's in bad shape, and I got to list it. I don't know how I'm going to list it. This thing's got puncture marks on it. It looks like it's got like it was crushed or whatever. You can see a little in here. This, I don't know what happened to it, but it looks like it's got someone like was jamming at it. You know, I don't know what happened. I don't know if somebody ran it over or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, it works. This thing definitely works, and it was tested. I tested it yesterday, so I got this going on here as well. Okay, so this does work. This is a working unit here, a piece of equipment. And like I said, you got this here, the PS2, and it converts it to, I guess, a USB over here. So that's all I got. Now, with things of that nature, I don't know if I'm going to print out instructions on those particular items, but they do this. I know this one definitely works. I'm sure the other one's going to work too. The Microsoft mouse. I'm sure that's going to work as well. The keyboard. I'm sure everything is going to work because, like I said, at all the times I bought stuff like this, I never had a problem with it. You know, I always had good luck with that stuff. But anyway, that's what I got for you guys right now. At the end of the video, this is the ending of the video. I would like to break for breakfast at one point before I start taking pictures. But I like to shoot everything in the daylight. I like to shoot everything in natural lighting because, you know, I don't want to use the flash because here's the thing with the flash. The flash could suppress imperfections in the item. Okay, like if I was taking a picture of this mouse, right, and it had the flash on here, it might bleach out this here. It might look like it's perfect, or you might not get the full effect of it. You know what I'm saying? So I like to shoot with natural lighting, and on this particular one here, the Microsoft mouse, this will be pointed out. That's got three phase spots in there, and it will be pointed out. I usually like to use like I use one of these things here. This thing here, you know what this is? It's a coffee stirrer, a clean one, of course. And whenever I take pictures, I like to point it out. And I don't keep my fingers there. You know, somebody said one time, you don't want to put body parts in there. Like, like this, you know. So I will do this. I'll set it on a table and I'll point it out that there's a face spot here and here and here, you know. And I'll let the buyer make the buyer aware of it. I wouldn't sell something like this. Say it's a perfect work. You know, let's say the thing does work perfect condition, but I also want to tell the flaws on it. Like I said, you know, the outside of it. You know what I'm saying? The inner workings is going to be work. I know it's going to probably work, no doubt. I got to put batteries in, and the other thing is too, folks. Just to let you know, I don't usually sell the batteries with these items for the simple reason is when I weigh them up, it's going to add that much weight to it. And remember, folks, ounces turn to pounds, and the whole idea is to try to get this to you guys out there, the potential buyers, as cheap as possible. You know, I know people complain about the shipping costs going up. That has nothing to do with me. I was looking at one of the sites there, and people are saying, well, you know, when people overcharge for for shipping, that usually turns people off from buying items, you know. But it's not my doing. I weigh these things up, and I get the package size when I'm using there, and you know that's how I determine the weight on it. But I don't want to add batteries to it. This takes 2 AA batteries. The keyboard, I don't add that there. I'm not going to add batteries to that because that's good. The mouse is going to need batteries, and also the keyboard is going to need a battery. Usually the keyboard, if I'm not mistaken, on the keyboard, let me just leave this over here for now. I'm going to go in the back here really quick. Sometimes they're AA's or they could be AAA's. These look like they're going to be, AAA's. These will take 2 AAA batteries. 2 AAA batteries. So these takes 2 AAA batteries, and the mouse is going to take probably probably either 2 AA's. Sometimes some of them take only, I think, I had one where it only took 1 battery. Kind of funny like that, but yeah. So that's what this one takes here too. And if you ever buy these things, folks, always make sure everything's, and everything. Make sure you got all these little tabs here if you're going to resell it, and it's even for yourself. And make sure everything's here, because you don't want to buy it without this here. I see the thrift stores, they sell these without the covers on. I don't do it. I mean, I wouldn't buy it. It turns me off. I don't care how nice it is. The only reason I picked this up yesterday, like I said, well, it's got everything with the mouse and the receiver and the keyboard. So this will be tested out. There's a thing, a program, if you're a person that buys these type of items, they have a keyboard. It's called Keyboard Tester. It's a website there, and you plug in your keyboard, and as you're hitting all the keys, you can see it on the screen, and that's a way to test it out to make sure everything works. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get any instructions with this here. Although, wait a minute. Well, maybe I will. I gotta see, because I don't remember selling a keyboard with the instructions, but maybe with this one here, because sometimes people don't know about the connect, the little connect button there. Sometimes I might add about that. So I gotta see. But anyway, folks, in regards to the spring seller update, if you go on YouTube, you're gonna see a lot of people talking about that, folks. Like I said again, I'm going to drop 2 links below this here. Check it out. Just click them on there, and it'll take you right there, and you could read up on it yourself. Okay. I'm not saying the information that's being put out there is bad or anything, but my take is when it comes to things of that nature, go directly to the source. You'll get the straight answers right from them. And what's nice about that there is when you want to contact eBay, you could do the contact. You could chat with them, or if they have now they have the number, you could have them call you back if you have an inquiry about it. That might be the next best thing to do too. Do like I do. I keep a notebook and a pen with me, and if I got to write things down, just little mental notations, I like to put them on pen and pad, whatever, and ask questions. If you got a question to ask, write it down and call up the eBay teammate or customer service representative, recall this, we see eBay teammate, and just explain to them. Say, could you just go over this with me? I want to find out what about this here, about the fees and the categories and this and this, that, and the other thing. And hopefully you'll get a person in, which they are pretty all informative. I think so. Very rarely, I think you'll get somebody that doesn't know. And if they don't know it, they'll escalate it to another person that may be more, fluent to what's going on with the changes and stuff like that. But for the most part, they're pretty good. I'm sure they get the whole breakdown, the rundown on all this stuff here, and they could probably answer your questions a lot better. Me personally, I basically went through the thing like that. I don't let it get me upset or anything. I know some people will get, they may get turned off by eBay. What's going on? Look. Here's the bottom line, folks. With eBay, it's their platform. They call the shots. If you want to do your own thing in conjunction with eBay, you could have your own website, whatever. You could have a website there where you could probably set it up as a like a Shopify type of thing, and you could probably try to sell off your own website. The only thing is, though, you're not going to. Well, I can't speak for you. I have my own website. I'm not definitely getting no traction like you would in eBay. I mean, let's face it. Let's apples and oranges here. But you could start your own website too. I have my own website too. There's a program I use. I did a video on it once before. Maybe I'll go over it again with you guys. It's a thing that I think it's called Auction Nudge. I don't know. It's something along that line. And what it is you could take you go onto that website there, and you would type in your eBay user ID, and it'll bring up all your listings. And with that there, you could put in there you could embed the HTML code into your website, and what happens is it updates automatically. And you could do it for your listings, and you could also do it for your feedback. So every time somebody does something on your feed, your listings, or like let's say they made a purchase from you and they want to give you a positive feedback, it automatically updates on your website. Okay, and the same thing with the products. Like I have that there too, eBay products. You could set it up. You could have how many rows you want. I only got I think 3 rows, maybe three and three. I think 3 rows, 3 across, and it fits pretty much perfectly right in my website. And the thing is, you might say, yeah, well, it's still going to go back to eBay, because what it does is if people click it on, they're live active ones too. When they click it on, it's going to hyperlink them right back to eBay, and that's another way of getting exposure as far as getting your information out there. So definitely check it out if you get a chance. If you're interested in, I could do a video on there, or just do like a revisable on it and show you what I'm talking about. Is that if you're interested, just drop a comment below. All right, guys, listen, it's that time now. I think I'm gonna take a little breather before I start to take my photos. These things will be up today. I know it's not much, but like I said, doing the research on this stuff, I want to make, because then I can do comps. Then I gotta say, okay, what does this go for? What does that go for? That's one of the probably the tedious things about this is doing your comps and writing descriptions up. And that's the other thing I want to say. One thing really before I close this out. I look at it this way. When it comes to comps, I do spend some time on it. The thing I want to say though is when it comes to doing things of that nature, when it comes to comps, I don't go too high and too low. I try to stay in the middle. And as I said in my other videos, sometimes you got to go even drop it, even when it's at a middle price, you still got to go a little lower to spike that sale. Hopefully you'll spike a sale up. Plus, I think it helps too if you got a good reputation on eBay. Like I'm a power seller, I'm also a top rate seller. I've been with eBay for over 20 years, but on and off because I had a full-time job before I lost my job in 2016. I got laid off, and that's why I started getting into it more. It's become a hobby now. It's like a full-time hobby income. So that's how I got more involved. The same thing with YouTube. I started with YouTube back in 2013. Never really did much with it. Did demo videos, sneak peek videos, and then eventually I started getting more into it. Now I think I got 1,337 videos, or something like that. I don't know. It's in that. I lost count after 1,000 videos, so and it's still growing because I'm doing them every day. But yeah, that's the thing. But the point I want to get across to you is when you do your descriptions, be very definitive on it. Okay. Don't leave things out, to make a sale. Like this mouse here, I'm not gonna say it's in perfect working condition. Yeah, the unit's in perfect working condition, but you got to describe the outside of it too. Like this here, I got to put down here. It's got fade spots on here and 3 spots. It's got fade spots. We'll note in the description. Make sure when you're doing it though. When you're doing a description, some people, will maybe do it a little different than I do it, but keep it with you and look it over. There might be something you might have missed, or the photo, like when you're taking a photo. That's what happened with me. When I take pictures and then later on I look at the picture because the camera sees what the eye, the natural light don't see. You might see the camera will pick it up, and then you say, oh geez, I didn't know it had a scratch there or a little ding. It might be something minute, but it's something. It's always good to be upfront and honest with the buyers, okay? And if you guys buy anything from me, you can look at my feedbacks. You'll see that a lot of people that purchase me 100% so far. I hope to keep it that way. A lot of people are pretty happy with the service I offer. So if you ever want to check my stuff out too, if you're curious to know what I'm all about and you want to see my eBay listings, please do. You can type it out when you want. Look me up on a user ID. It's shop-RJ Pasini -for-great-deals. I put dash because I don't want to keep it one long word, so I figure make it where it's readable. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna let you go. And like I always say in my videos when I close them out, if you are thinking about selling on eBay or you are a eBay seller, I'm wishing you guys all the best in sales. My name is Rich Pasini. You're watching Let's Talk eBay for March 5th, 2021. Wishing you all the best. Until next time, bye-bye for now.